Hello and welcome to this section in which we're going to go through the entire publishing process from making a book cover all the way through, well, at least publishing, and we'll see what we can stick in as marketing. That might take some delay because it's going to take 72 hours for us to publish, and then we can start marketing. So we'll see how much marketing we can fit in down towards the end, and definitely we will be addressing marketing as we create the book. So what I did was I decided, what can I take from beginning to end, and let's open Word. And the book that I put together was something that I'm calling Not Long After Midnight. And all I did was I took 3 of my short stories, 3 of my most popular, A Death Sentence, The Kiss, and The Finger. They're the first 3 stories in my collection called Dead of Night. So this I thought I would call Not Long After Midnight. And I can definitely make it a series because I can just keep grabbing 3 short stories from Dead of Night. So I'm qualifying as far as that marketing criteria. So here it is. You can see that they're just laid out a standard with indented paragraphs, no spacing between the paragraphs, a blank line in front of the left justified headline, which is bold. And that's all the formatting. That's all the sections, in fact. So you're going to see me create everything, or I might cut in if parts are boring. So the first thing we're going to begin with is the book cover. So we have these 3 fingers. We have these 3 stories: Death Sentence, The Kiss, and The Finger. Now, Death Sentence is pretty bleak. It's short. The Kiss is a lovely childhood kiss on the playground story, and The Finger is rather macabre. So it's a strange collection. Let's go, we could go anyway. I don't know how that helps us, except that there's the number 3. Let's see, what else could we say? I'm going to go over to Canva. Now, the weird part is, as I described, I have multiple choices already. So I can use Canva, I could use the online book cover creator, I could use the GIMP, or I could use PowerPoint to create my book cover. But I'm going to use Canva. I'm going to stick with my main concept here. And once I decide that, I'm going to click on Give Me a Kindle Cover. But once I decide that, now I've got to make another decision. Am I going to go with the standard Canva layouts, the quick way to creating a book cover? Or am I going to go more creative? And I decided I'm going to go more creative. So we're going to skip layouts here that it automatically throws you into. And I'm going to go to elements. And what I want to do is I want to upload a picture. So let's go to actually uploads, upload from my library. And I'm just going to kind of shop my own pictures on my disk. Oh, that's really funny, but oh, look at that. Now, this is called, oh, wow, that's science fiction-y, but it's called Not Long After Midnight, and this is dark, so I like it. So let's go ahead and we'll upload that image. This is actually kind of neat, too, the little focusing in on some kind of a central vortex thing. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to add our new image. Look, it has a flying saucer in it. Okay, and all I've got to do... Now, what do you say... Okay, I'm liking this other image, too. So what do you say we do this as an inset cover? So we're going to do inset images. And this one, I'd like to go from left to right. Okay, and at some point, I'm going to have to make it thinner. There we go. Oh, here's the crop, and that will allow me to crop it to whatever I want. And I want something fairly thin across the middle of the book cover here. So let's go ahead and we'll do, how do we say crop? Oh, there we go. I got to check I've got to check the check mark. Okay, and now I've got a thin image across the middle. I like that. And I like all this white. I've always been attracted to white on book covers. So now, what do you say we bring this in? It's in the same color pattern. And bring it out full screen. And then double click on it to crop this down to another thin image. But let's just make it come part of the way across. That would look weird. I like weird. So let's check the check mark here. And let's say up at the very top we have that coming. And the name of the title. So I'm thinking the title is going to work in all these white areas. And we just need these blue images. So let's see. For one more image, let's go to Elements and see if they have any blue themed images. And there's a blue themed image right away. It's not science fiction-y. Oh, and it's too blue. It's the wrong blue. We needed a turquoise blue. I wonder if we can, I don't know. I'm going to undo inserting that and search for something bluer. There's an actual, see, that's very blue though, too. I need it to be in the turquoise blue kind of area. That's really kind of interesting. And I like that. You know, that's getting into the same color scheme. So what if we took that and we had it down at the bottom? Whoop, we moved it. Here we go. We got this is what I wanted, to scale that up a little. And then I'm going to double click on it again. This is a handy little tool for cropping images, is to double click. Okay, and then you hit the check mark and you say, yeah, that's what I wanted, but it's not quite as big as that or that. So let's take it and we need to come up to about that size, which means I need to crop again. Okay, so I want this to be, yeah, about there. Now we've got an interesting pattern of fairly closely colored images going from the upper left to the lower right. And the name of this book is Not Long After Midnight. Let's start putting some words in here. So I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to make this all add headline. And we need 2 lines, apparently. Not long after, not long. Okay, who gets after midnight? What do you say we say not long? Okay, and while we've got that selected, oh, black is a perfect color, actually. So let's move that up into here. I'm really liking the clean simplicity of this book cover. I like book covers like that. Now we're going to come up and we're going to make this a little larger. So let's bring it up to maybe about 80. Okay, and then we'll grab the little... What if we made it centered? Okay, let's do that by stretching it the full length of the book cover and then having our alignment as centered. We're going to get this thing centered on the entire book. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to do the copy here to get a copy of it. Wait until we get the little movement arrows, and I'm going to move it down here. Whoa, whoops. See, I still had movement arrows. That's where it gets kind of trippy. Okay, there. Now I'm editing the text. Okay, and that's too big. Now, do we want to change both fonts? I'd say probably. Let's take this down to about 64. And let's see if we get away with the same here and can get it to line up. On one line we can. We lucked out. Okay. Move it down a little so that it's kind of centered. Move that one down a little. Oh, I've got to get my author name in here too. You know what would be neat? Would be if it had words going up this way. So if I said my author name going up that way, that would be kind of trippy. Let's give that a shot. So I'm going to do like an add subtitle here. And then I'm going to put my author name. There we go. We'll wait there. I got the little movement arrow and I put it up here. But what happens if I spin it 90 degrees? Back to 170 there. And then I can move this down into here. And I want it to be kind of centered here. So something like that. And then take it and make it larger. 36, there we go. That's kind of interesting. I actually like that. Now, one of the things I like to do, let's make sure we can do this, is that I like to make sure that on white book covers that I have a black outline around the outside. So let's go and make sure that we can put a black outline on this. And the way to do that should be to go to Elements, and I want to insert, let's get rid of free photos here, and I want to put in shapes, and what I want is the outline like that. And then I'm going to go up to the upper left-hand corner, and then I'm going to pull it so that it goes all the way around the outside of the box. Now that's actually, the turquoise is actually kind of blending in and bringing it all together fairly nicely. So I actually like the thick line. I got lucky with that. And I like it actually cutting off the pictures here and going all the way around. So I'm going to leave it exactly like that. If I didn't like it cutting off the pictures, I could go to Arrange and say put it to the back. Come on, put it to the back. Oh, I see. It just keeps going further and further back. And then I could have the pictures in the front like this. Now, I don't like that, so I'm going to go forward, 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 all the way to the forward, and have it going all the way around the outside. And that's our book cover. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say File, Save, to save it on Canva. And then I'm going to go Download. And I want it, sure, a PNG is just fine. Let's go ahead and download this. It's preparing my document for download. And it asks where I'd like to download, and I'm going to put it in the directory that I just created for this book, and that's in my Documents directory, not long after midnight. There we go. So not long after midnight, I'm going to save not long PNG. And there it goes. It's downloading, and it's done. So in the next section, we're going to start formatting. Now I'm going to format two ways. I'm going to format traditionally, and then I'm going to format using Kindle Create to format our document for publication. And then in the final lecture, we're going to publish. Now, actually, after that, there might become some stuff on marketing, but I'm not quite sure what that would be right now. So I'll see you in the next lecture.